Hi, this is Deepak Nagpal. I'm a student of University of Belgrade, and today I'm going to do a presentation on the topic of outsourcing. As we all know, outsourcing is a vast growing concept in the last 2 decades, and it is still keep on growing. There are certain aspects that makes the outsourcing very popular, which I will discuss later in the presentation. But first of all, we need to know what is outsourcing. Outsourcing is a business function for an entity that is provided by another entity by using or handling their personal information. In other words, we can say it is a contractual relationship with a specialized outside service provider for work which is traditionally done in-house. For an example, Dell company outsourced their laptop manufacturing to China. Apple outsourced iPod and iPhone assembly to China. Australia outsourced all call center services to India, etc. Two categories of outsourcing, that is onshore outsourcing and offshore outsourcing. Onshore outsourcing refers to the outsourcing within the same country, whereas offshore simply means the outsourcing functions done in another country. For example, call center services that I just gave an example before. But what are the main focus that drive most of the organization to outsource their products and services? These are given here. Like the first one is access to skilled workforce, focus on core business, improved quality, operating cost, knowledge, and scalability. Now another question arises, like what are the reasons why company outsource their business? Traditionally, outsourcing was done only to respond to the problems. For example, to control the cost of a project as the operational cost cut into more than half with the outsourcing. Sometimes in order to avoid a large capital investment in a project, companies outsource their products and services. For example, eBay using a PayPal service in order to process the online transactions rather than buying their own online secure channels, which cost them a lot. The other reason was lack of resources. Most of the developed nations were struggling with the lack of manpower, which was easily available in the developing country and at a low cost. But nowadays, this role has significantly changed. Outsourcing is considered as a business strategy nowadays to manage changes in external environment. It helps to build a strong relationship between two entities. First one, it is not possible for every organization to keep up to date with the technology, so cloud computing came into existence, where different organizations uses the shared resources. Outsourcing non-core business function will give an organization more time to concentrate on core business functions. Now the next thing that needs to understand is what can be outsourced. There are some core functions that should be done in-house, but still there are plenty of things that can be outsourced, and these are e-commerce. Here, hiring someone to make the secure online transactions, as I gave an example before. eBay using a PayPal service to process their customer online transactions. Maintenance and repairs we can outsource, and user support, software development, as a Metro outsource their MyKey software project to India. And system integration. As everything has pros and cons, outsourcing has also some advantages and disadvantages. I start with the advantages. So the first one is organization can reach to the global market by working on their core functions and outsource their non-core activities simultaneously. Hiring someone who is specialized in providing services which will help an organization to improve services like customer satisfaction. Outsourcing can help an organization to save on time, effort, manpower, operating, and training costs as well. Outsourcing can make an organization more flexible to change. Outsourcing will give an organization a chance to access the skills that they are lacking within the local geographical area. On the other hand, there are some disadvantages which I'm going to discuss, and these are different time zones. Time zones can be a big disadvantage for an organization while offshoring. An organization may lose the control over the functions that are outsourced. While outsourcing services like PayPal or tax services, an outsourcing provider will be able to see the company's confidential information which will create a threat to the security and confidentiality of data. The potential economical and social stability matters a lot while offshoring. There can be a communication and cultural risk between depending on the provider chosen, and we can say there are some if there are some unclear labor laws, that can also be any disadvantages for the outsourcing. Apart from these disadvantages, still outsourcing is increasing day by day, which can be proved by some facts which I've shown here. As we can see in this figure, in 2000, the total number of jobs that were outsourced was only 100,000, which has gone up to 1,500,000 in 2010, and it is expected that it will be more than double in next 5 years. To conclude, I would say that an organization should outsource their activities which reduce or distract from its ability to focus on core business functions of the organization. If firms do everything, it would not have the ability to develop its core competence and gain competitive advantages. But the firm should also be careful while selecting their third party which will provide the necessary services. The specific needs of an organization should be matched with the vendor's capabilities during negotiation to develop a contract and shared vision. A firm should also monitor the third party to check whether they are doing the right things or not, as most of the outsourcing failed because third party is unable to provide the desired services to the firm. That's all.